What's going on, everybody? It's Chris Classic, dropping a quick video today. Before I go to work, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the C3 Ultimate Wrestling channel. Check out the website, c3ultimatewrestling.com. Follow me on Facebook, Chris Classic Williams. I wanted to talk about a wrestler that a lot of people are talking about and are critiquing, but he also has gained a lot of media popularity, as in million views, and he's a very hot topic on social media. Omos. I feel like I want to say Omos, but I know it's Omos. It came to my attention that his match with Commander Aziz, it garnered over 2 million views off of a few days. And that's massive because, pun intended, is that these guys are not the top stars in WWE, especially around WrestleMania season. Like the Brock Lesnar and the Roman Reigns videos, those for sure get millions of views within a couple of days or whatever. But the fact that Omos and Aziz, they garnered a lot of views, that says something. And even they wrestled in a handicap match where Omos was victorious, and it was a short match as well. And people talked about how bad his promo skill was. That's going to generate a lot of views. Let's talk about that. Why is somebody who's still green, who possibly needs a little bit more training, why is he getting a lot of views? Because he is an attraction, ladies and gentlemen. He is an attraction. He is someone, that people will possibly buy a ticket to see how tall he is. If you are a wrestling fan, you might tell your friend of yours, your girlfriend, your wife, boyfriend, husband, you might say, hey, look at how tall this guy is. And that'll make people attracted to see that. Like even Andre, right? When Andre was wrestling Hulk Hogan and stuff like that, he was not in his prime. But it was the fact that he was a very massive man and he was a wrestler. So you want to see who's going to knock this guy down. Who's going to pick him up? This guy looks indestructible. He looked like he walks in pain, i.e. Andre. But who's going to beat this guy? Who's going to slam this guy? Oh my God, this guy is a superhuman. This guy is unstoppable. Who's going to beat this person? And they're slowly but surely, they're doing that with Omos. And with Omos, you know, a lot of people compare him to the Great Khali. Rightfully so, these guys are very clunky and they're very huge. And that's no disrespect, you know. But he is still new and he still has potential. He has a good rub with Undertaker. Undertaker puts him high up too, and he has high expectations. So I would say wait and see, you know, just a little bit more polished. You know, he is green and stuff. The selling I don't like. I don't like him selling punches the way he does. I don't like it. But the thing is, he is an attraction. People will eventually want to see how far they're going to go with this guy. You know, Khali wasn't that great in the ring neither, but he was also an attraction, especially from his native land. You know, people were watching that. He was a hero there and stuff like that. And he wrestled a lot better when he was in Japan and a lot of stuff. But a lot of things that people got to realize too is that these guys, if you're pushing damn near 6'10", 7 foot, you have a lot of health problems. Your heart, possibly, your bones, your knees, especially. Like, you know, to be that tall and to be on the frame, even though your bones may be long enough to, you know, help you with things, sometimes that stuff is painful. And, you know, with Andre, you definitely seen that this man was in some serious pain. Breathing issues and all kind of stuff. Like, he was still growing too. You know, it's a condition. You know, Big Show had it too. Well, Paul White, he had it too, but he had got the corrective surgery to stop it because he was going through pain and stuff like that. So it's like, I'm sure Omos is going through it as well. So with that, I always say with wrestling, you have to expose the positives and you hide the negatives and stuff like that. And a lot of us see a lot of issues with Omos, but then I see positive and I see potential in Omos being a big guy and stuff like that. You know, I'm a big person on wearing gear, but That's what he's gonna wear. Like, who would tell him to change? You know, these big guys, and that's something that a lot of people need to realize, that most of the time, not all the time, WWE has a great job with making these guys seem unstoppable. It was at one point even Braun Strowman, who, by the way, has one of the highest viewed videos on WWE with Bobby Lashley. The arm wrestling. They're not even wrestling, yo. It's arm wrestling. So that says something in itself, too, when an arm wrestling video is one of the most viewed on a wrestling YouTube site. But, you know, Braun was doing a whole bunch of things. He was tipping over ambulances, tipping over trucks, breaking stuff, throwing scaffolds on people. Like, he was doing this stuff. Now, I don't want to say they dropped the ball on him, but they definitely didn't shoot the shot. And the only reason why you could say he is a world champion was because Roman got sick and they gave it to Goldberg. But then as soon as he got it, he had the feud with Bray, lost it to Bray, and then it went back to Roman. Well, it went to Roman eventually. So, but yeah, with big guys, it's going to always be an attraction. People are going to watch that. People are going to check out the match from last week. They're going to check out the match from this week. Even, speaking of Aziz, because I don't want to like take nothing away from him, he has high views with Braun when they did, what was it? Raw Underground or whatever like that. That was a big thing. And they hyped that up because a lot of people wanted to see it. Regardless if you know, the scripted aspect of it, people wanted to see this scripted fight because how big these guys were, how massive these guys were. Stuff like with Braun Strowman or big guys like that are believable do a lot. You know, Big Show was believable at one point, and then I'm not saying he's not believable now, but you get old, you wrestling every week and stuff like that. People do get tired of attractions and stuff like that. And I'm not saying that Big Show was never an attraction, because he obviously was, but it was way different because it was like Andre is just up there. Now, I'm not saying Omos is up there with Andre. I'm not saying that at all. But what I'm saying is you see the potential in this guy. You see that people will possibly spend a lot of money or, you know, try to see how big this guy is. Like, oh, man, I got to go to this show. I got to stand next to him. And sometimes that's missing in wrestling a little bit, is the attraction. Besides, okay, you got the superstars and stuff like that, but what is it? You know, I just hope he gets better. You know, like I said, he has a lot of potential or whatever like that. There are some things that I don't like that he does, but he's still new. You know, I think he's in the right company to help him if he wants to improve and if he wants to get better. But we got to realize that, you know, just because you're online and you don't like him or he sucks or you feel like he sucks, I'm not saying he does, or you feel like he needs this and needs that, you know, this guy's generating some money on them on the social media aspects. And they're probably going to take advantage of that. Once again, this is Chris Classic. Let's take it home.